Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance. For today, we are going to try our luck with Tainted Jacob. And Tainted Jacob is a character. It's definitely an easier character than he once was. It's a character where I always feel kind of in a rush due to reasons that'll make sense soon. His current item does this, it'll chain an enemy and keep him there for a minute, which is pretty good. And if you looked at the little starting thing there, you can see that after a while you have to repent. And there's a sow. And he is not a friend. Let's full card out of there. We can now... he's invincible. He didn't used to be. There was a period where he wasn't invincible, and when he died you turn into a version of the Lost that did not have a holy mantle. That still happens if you touch him, but... at least he doesn't die anymore and cause that to happen, because he would also just die to bosses, and that was awkward. But fortunately that doesn't happen anymore. You can also now use that item in the bottom right to chain him, and if you let the chains loose, he will then immediately charge upon the enemies. And it's honestly an effective way to deal damage, provided you learn how to work around it. And that's where the difficulty of this character comes into play, because working around this, with the added danger that he might accidentally touch you and turn you into a version of the Lost for the remainder of that floor, is not ideal. There is also the change that it used to also be that when you turned into the Lost you wouldn't be able to pick up health, and I think you just started the next floor with 3 hearts or something like that, just his default health. That no longer happens. You can actually just pick up health as the Lost now, so all in all they've definitely made it better. They've made it a lot better, and it certainly has made the character more interesting to play. It's certainly still quite tricky. There are still some bugs if you manage to time suplex just right, but I'm probably not going to be able to use that. Also not sure if that's been patched, so I'm definitely not going to try it. But it also means that occasionally there are instances where you just want to run into him at the end of a floor because there's no more enemies, and now we can pick up certain items that we wouldn't be able to pick up. We can now blow up this Tinted Rock, for instance, because now we got a bomb from that great chest. If we touch him again now, we're going to be dead, so we do have to be a little bit careful, but we also have all the positives of the Lost, which is Spectral Tears, Flight, all that good stuff. So it's interesting. It's an interesting balance for sure. But I do always feel like I'm in a rush with this character just due to the fact that there's a ghost trying to kill you the entire time. Does make it... it feels like reaching boss rush is a little bit easier with this character because of that, I suppose, but doesn't feel as safe. Also, you have to watch out when going through a door, because if he is in the doorway, then you will just get hit by that, which is not great. I bought the blue map. I'm not sure if I would call that an accident, but... I'm just kind of hoping out that's going to work out. That's not bad. Unfortunately, can't pick up that last coin since we don't have a bomb. But I'm hoping that the blue map will make up for all that. We still have a decent amount of money, so all in all, pretty good. I'm not sure where I'm going. Part of me wants to go to the beast because the unlock for it is amazing. Also, when you go to the next floor, Asao isn't there immediately. He will show up in a bit. And when he shows up, he'll do so with... great fire and brimstone. We can use our item right now when there's no enemy in the room, and then he'll just appear as well. But I'm just gonna have it be calm for a little bit before dealing with all the nonsense again, because quite frankly, it's a bit much. It's a bit much at times, and it can be kind of nice to just occasionally not have to worry about stuff. Well, that was nice. I was kind of hoping to get some coins out of this, but getting 5 coins from the get-go is not too terrible. I also think one of the things they changed was, it used to be that when you were invincible in some way, then you would still just turn into the Lost when he hit you. Like if you had Gnawed Leaf, he would just attack through that, and that no longer happens either. You're just properly invincible to him as well. Which is great, because it means you can just fight any boss with Gnawed Leaf if you really wanted to. You are effectively indestructible, and you will have some way to kill an enemy if you have Gnawed Leaf. So Gnawed Leaf becomes amazing. It already was amazing in most cases, but quite frankly, it's incredible with this one. These characters don't matter too much, like they can hit you, but it recharges in the room. It recharges pretty slowly after using it once, but it does recharge, which is pretty nice. But you can more or less just... You can assume that you're going to use it at least once. Also, you can keep him chained for a while, but after a while it'll just come out on his own as well. So it's not exactly an infinite chain that you've got going on, but it's... You can keep him away for a little bit, which is also certainly serves its purposes. Plus, he occasionally charges on his own. There's a minimum range that he keeps to you, so after a while he'll just stop moving, which is also really nice, and I don't think that was always the case either. But that certainly helps out a lot as well, to just keep things a little bit safer, because you can more reliably be. You can just more reliably be, which is honestly really appreciated. But then there's stuff like that where he just kills the entire room on his own, and that's obviously not too terrible either. I don't really want any of that. The card's tempting, but other than that, I'm not too excited about all of that. I have no more soul hearts, which I do need to be a little careful of. I kind of want to go for angel rooms, but I'm not sure how much I love that idea. I think the secret room's here, but I'm not... Yeah, wasn't sure, but it was. And there is a gray chest waiting for us. I kind of want to get out of this floor, because quite frankly, I hate not having a map, and I want to leave. So let's just see what this card is. Strength, not terrible. And let's go fight a boss. Lord of the Flies, not too bad with this character, as you can see, provided you aim your shot correctly. There is the devil deal. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for angel rooms in case I do decide. Let's just keep the trinket there as well, just for fun. I really haven't fully decided what we're doing here. But once I've made that decision, it might be good to have a trinket there. If we're going to the beast, then I really wouldn't mind to have all that available. Apparently you can also get rid of the chain that is on these enemies, which doesn't really seem to serve a purpose, but I guess it's nice that it's an option. But yeah, if we find just a whole bunch of angel rooms, I might just try and go for Mega Satan. I don't really remember what the unlock for it is. I think it's golden trinkets or something like that, but don't be mean. Thank you. Using that ball of bandages to its maximum potential there. The flames occasionally dealing damage to enemies as well from Sao, which is good. It's effectively very similar to just that mother sequence when you're getting the second key piece, only now it's the whole game. And also you can deal damage with mother to enemies, I suppose, which is a little different. Look at that. Whole room just cleared out instantly. That's wonderful. You can see how things do kind of speed up because of this. I did not dodge that. I got hit by a explosion, I think that was. So yeah, there's some danger. There is definitely some danger attached to this. I kind of wanted to use that slightly before entering this room. I'm not exactly expecting... well, I'm expecting to reach the end at some point, I would say, but it's definitely a character where things can go wrong very easily. There's 2 item rooms right here from the get-go, which is not too terrible. I guess we didn't really have much of a start there either, so it's not like the end of the world that we died there, but I would like to avoid it as much as possible. Chemical peel is something. That's some bombs. Please don't touch me. Very nice. Not sure if the secret room's over here, but it could be. Nope. There is a sacrifice room there as well, which could end up being useful. But yeah, as long as I actually do remember to move away from Isao there, then we're pretty much good to go. Other than that, not much going on. Of course, if I could just stop getting hit by explosions, that would actually be kind of nice. We might not get a devil deal here, but, you know, we'll see how that works out. Isao happened to be in the enemy that he was charging into as I entered the room, so that one just died instantly. Like, Isao just deals damage all the time, which is honestly quite nice. Trying to make a safe path here. Surprisingly difficult at times. Not sure where anything is. I would still like to see my secret room. Maybe want to blow up a shopkeeper or something like that just to increase my devil deal chances a bit. We'll see what we do here. But at least we no longer have to worry about taking damage as much. Although I wouldn't mind like a red heart anywhere on this floor as well. We'll see if we can get something like that going on. Just a bunch of nothing. I mean, there could very easily be a secret room right here, I think. Which would be nice. Nope, never mind. Then maybe down there? We haven't entered the shop yet, even though I very easily could have. Also, a Sao can also destroy flames, which has uses, I suppose. Doesn't really make that big of a difference, but it's technically possible. Let's just blow this up for the sake of it. Get some more money here. There we go. 10 coins from a shopkeeper. That's fairly rare, but I'll happily take that. And not sure if there's anything I can pick up after this by becoming the lost. There's some coins here, I suppose, which could end up being useful. Please be nice. It is just entirely like, can you remember Isao being there the entire time the run? And because of that, stuff like flight also just becomes so powerful because it does make life so much easier to be able to dodge from everywhere. And I'm really hoping that we can get some flight. Maybe I'll just go for devil deals this time around and just try to complete a run as the character. Wouldn't be the strangest idea in the world. I'll take that. Eraser could actually be kind of nice. I'll take that, yeah. We got plenty of coins in here. Why not? Not sure what pill that is, but I'm a little tempted, not gonna lie. Not sure if we're gonna be able to use the eraser or anything on this floor, but there might be an enemy still waiting for us in the boss room, I suppose. It's Monstro. Unfortunately, he jumped over most of Isao's attack there, which is not great. We have 46% devil deal chance, which is honestly not too terrible, but I wouldn't mind it being 100. I mean, it's going to be 100 on the next floor, which is nice. This will increase it a little bit. 10%, pretty good. And Little Horn. If you could just like use that ball attack real quick, that would actually be kind of lovely. There you go. That is something we no longer have to worry about. Probably not going to be that relevant most of the time, but still, it's an enemy, technically. Mostly during this fight, but also occasionally during those spiders that summon other things, so, you know, not too bad. That's a red heart, that's a bone heart, which I'll happily take, slowly but surely. And a nail. It's a little tempting, just because you do... yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that, why not? Now we'll probably just use the nail in the room with the key and the pots and the things. Even though there's a decent chance I'm going to take some damage, I think it's still going to be kind of worthwhile just because of... it's just a lot of pots. I'm too scared to do this as the Lost. But look at that. That has made it worthwhile. And I mean, I guess I could get these 2 coins, but I don't really care that much. I'd rather have these 25 instead and probably never worry about money for the remainder of this run. We have a black heart, we have some safety with that bone heart as well. We could buy the pill that's over here for a tears up, that's very nice. Joker card and chariot. I mean, Joker's worth it alone. Pretty good start. The 5-minute basement, not the quickest in the world, but it'll have to do. We're probably not going to reach Mega Satan with this, because quite frankly, we don't have a way to open the door right now. Perhaps we'll get duality. Technically possible. I'd still really like to have flight, though. That would actually make life so much easier. Because with rooms like this, you are just in trouble. If you're facing... well, Isao, really. Because it's just a long, wide room, and there's just not that much room to dodge. And I do hope that we can somehow avoid those rooms as much as possible. But we'll see. There's a battery there, golden chest, could be good. I did not mean to do that, but that's fine. There's probably a secret room nearby. Like near the previous room as well. Those flames deal damage to enemies as well, actually, which is pretty neat. But then there's that where you just clear the entire room in one go, and that's also pretty neat. Second time today, because items always show up on the same day on the same runs, of course. Experimental pill, HP up, range down. Not terrible, but a little scary. There's a lot of health here, so that's good. The battery pack as well. There's a lot of batteries in that shop. Didn't even realize how many batteries there actually were until just now. That's a soul heart. Okay. I'm happy I bought that red heart. That would have destroyed the bone heart otherwise, and that would have been miserable. But fortunately that didn't happen. Also, fortunately, that enemy just kind of died by me touching it, so that worked out as well. Don't mind that. There we go. Now we are going to buy just a whole bunch of black hearts, effectively. I will come back for that. Because what we're going to do is buy the battery pack. Just going to recharge it, and then we're going to use it again. And then we'll buy this. Use it again. And that's almost a fully charged item once more. So pretty much the nail is already paid off for itself. So that's lovely. Shot speed up. If I find rock bottom now, I'm a little annoyed. But at the same time, it wouldn't be the end of the world, I suppose. But it would have been a little bit silly if we found rock bottom after using the nail 4 times and making our damage go up significantly in the shop. But I didn't think of that in time, so fortunately it worked out negatively, I guess. There we go. Get rid of that enemy. I'm not scared of flames. I have a friend that destroys everything. As long as I can hit with it. And of course, missing does make things significantly scarier. Because if you're assuming you're going to kill an enemy and then you don't, it's worse. That's worse. That's definitely worse. There we go. Decent amount of spiders removed instantly. My damage is okay. I mean, the pentagram is definitely helping out a lot, I feel, damage-wise. And the sow just showing up every now and then is just lovely. Yep. It is always a little scary. That minimum distance does make life a little bit safer, but there is still those times where he just zooms in on his own, and I don't like those moments. They frighten me. Not a super secret room there? I really don't know where it is. If it's not there. It could be near the boss or something, but God knows. Well, black hearts saved the day once again. Did that deal 400 damage? That's quite annoying, actually. Tempted to use the nail during the boss fight, but I lost a lot of black hearts during this. All things considered. That fire damage also just ended up clearing off the entire fight. Very nice. Nail. Oh god. That was an unfortunate place to shoot, since I am not quite as fast after using the nail, unfortunately. So much creep. Worked out, though. I could go for the curse room, but let's just keep on moving on for now. Should have used the Joker card, thinking about it. But I didn't think in time. That's okay. I'm sure we'll find a place to use it later. Hopefully. Let's just summon him by using it immediately, because quite frankly, he's a pretty significant part of my damage. Actually, if I could get boss rush out of the way during this run, that would be lovely. It's not exactly the kind of build that I would love for boss rush, but it is what it is, isn't it? Same trinket as the previous run. This is actually kind of ridiculous, but I'll take that. Watch out. Big room. Probably should have been a little bit different with that, since the big room is going to overcharge me a little bit, but fair enough. Money-wise, we're a little bit on the low side, but I did just spend a lot of money on black hearts that I then unfortunately lost. Also, let's just destroy all these rocks. There might be a crawl space or something in here, and with With this many rocks, there might as well be a tinted rock or a super special rock or something like that. Might as well try our best. We have 7 keys, so we might as well enter every single room that we come across as well. I got stuck on a hole and nearly turned into Lost there. That would have been bad. But fortunately we managed to survive. It's genuinely not bad, and if we're going for the beast, I might actually leave that there and then come back for it. Because I think I would prefer that for the beast fight over the nail. Even though the nail gives me health and such, I think that would actually be fairly amazing. So this might end up being a beast run. Which isn't too surprising, all things considered, I suppose, given how... I did say the unlock is great, and I would really like to have it. 100% chance of Devil Deal. I might as well go in there right now, I suppose. Chub. Look at that damage. Nearly got hit by an enemy there, but that's fine. A little bit messier than I wanted to, but again, that's okay. These are terrible boss room items. Guppy's Paw. That's very hard to say no to. So one thing you can also do is run into him, and then you get Lost style Devil Deals where you can just take one, but it doesn't cost any health. And yeah, we're just gonna take that and leave. It's a pretty good deal, honestly, because now we still have all of our health. I probably should have done that when we got the nail, thinking about it, but I think I forgot that that's a thing, if I'm being honest. But that's actually a pretty decent amount of health that we have. The unfortunate thing is that if we turn into the Lost, it's all irrelevant. But I think it might end up being relevant at the end of the day, so I'm hoping that's going to be the case. I don't like any of this right here. So I'm kind of happy that he wasn't there yet, but I guess that also works. I guess that's fine. I will miss not having to spend health to get health, I suppose, but it wasn't going that quickly. So I'm hoping, with that in mind, that it's not going to be too bad, but I'm a little bit worried about the fact that we skipped half the floor just now as well. But we'll see. If we can just keep up not taking damage for the most part, then we're fine. And I say keep up as if we've been doing that, but if we could do that in general, that would be lovely. And then, of course, immediately ran into the champion there of all enemies. Unfortunately, I decided to run straight towards him at the start of that fight, which was not ideal. It put me in a rough spot. There is a red heart there, so that's nice. Let's just lure our friend to the bosses and move on. Whoop. Don't like these enemies. Don't like pins in combination with these enemies, and then Isao also being there, but it's working out. It's a stressful character. I mean, it's a very different type of stressful from Jacob and Isao, the non-tainted variety. But there's still a lot of stress involved. It's still not exactly a character where you easily reach the end, at least for me. And perhaps that'll change as I get practice with this character, but as it stands for now, it is not one that I am particularly consistent with. But it is one that's just interesting, isn't it? I think they made an interesting character design with this, at least, so there is that. We are at 14 minutes, depths 1, so boss rush is looking plausible. Provided we can do depths 2 somewhat reasonably quickly. And provided we can actually finish this floor reasonably quickly as well, but we'll see, I suppose. I would like to see my item room before we move on here. These cards could also be fairly interesting. So we might take a little trip to those after we're done with this floor. Come on. Not a super secret room there. That's unfortunate. Also wouldn't mind not losing my bone heart. Oh my god. I got kinda screwed over by the movement of the other enemies there, unfortunately. Which was largely under my control, so really that one's on me. But now I'm in a scary spot where I'm going to die in one hit, so At least we now have flight. The curse room is impossible now, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is. Need to get that out of there. These pins are significantly more worrying now. Isao is also a little bit less fun. Fortunately, the bandage ball helped out there. And there is the shop as well. There is greed, which I'm not loving. But it is what it is. Ay, ay, ay. It certainly is a character, isn't it? It sure is. And it's the D8. Wow, we are just getting garbage. That is not ideal. And not a super secret room there, really? Oh my god, this is rough. I mean, at this point I might as well just explore the rest of this floor and hope I don't die. Which is a big if, given what we have. But I feel like... well, I feel like boss rush is just getting less and less likely as we progress through this. I think the super secret room is there. I should probably visit it, but I'm scared. Is the real truth. Not even there. That's actually wild. I mean, it could be here. I'm running out of places where it could feasibly be. It could be near the boss, I guess, but ugh. What a mess. What cards do we got? Sun card and Temperance. I think Sun is probably the better choice overall. But I kind of want to just get a build, so for that we kind of need the Joker, I think. Next time we don't get a Devil Deal, which could very easily be this floor, and then we could go back for the Sun. Is probably my best option here. Yeah, I guess there's some places here where the super secret room could be as well. Like, it could be over here. Wouldn't be the weirdest place in the world. Yeah, there you go. Nope. Not even gonna try. Oh god, are you serious? That's not the boss you want to see unless he dies very quickly. Because that's so many projectiles. Oh god. Stop jumping. Oh my god, please. I just want this fight to be over. Please don't be so mean. There we go. Very nice. There is a Devil Deal there. An old bandage as well, which is not too terrible. And 3 really strong items. One which is less good when I become the Lost. But it does give 2 black hearts as well. Rotten Baby's amazing. And then there's the ghosts, I guess, which doesn't really matter too much, but... I think I'm gonna go for Rotten Baby, and I'm gonna regret my choice. The thing is, I got too many red hearts. Otherwise, the item on the right would have been really good. The empty, whatever it's called. But as it stands, I think I need the extra damage from the flies. So I'm hoping that I made the right call there, but it's a tricky one for sure. But I do think the flies are really helpful just in general room clearance without fully relying on Isao. Which is just really nice. That's something I really needed. I don't think we're going to reach boss rush, unfortunately, but that's okay. I'm definitely going to the beast, I think. I'm definitely going, I think, but you get the idea. Because I think that's just the right call to make here. A little interested in this one, actually. The battery bomb I don't care too much about, but this could be interesting, because this could be a health up. Emperor card, that's also not bad, but obviously for beast-related purposes, not ideal. That's pretty good. We can blow up these 2 for extra Devil Deal chance, and then we can just use the thing on the next floor, the Joker card, since we're not going to get a Devil Deal there. Emperor card would also be really nice on the next floor, actually, but yeah, it is what it is. Just going to make sure that the Joker card is not selected the entire time, so don't use it on this floor by accident. There we go. I guess one thing I could just now do is play it safe, which is kind of nice, I suppose. I haven't really been doing that since I always feel like I'm in a rush with this character. And maybe that'll lead to me not accidentally getting hit by him. It is pretty tricky during the beast fight, unfortunately, but I'm hoping that since we do have Guppy's Paw and so many red hearts that we can get away with it. This is just rough. I mean, it's conjoined. It'll make my flies worse, but it'll make my tears better. Or just more. It'll make my tears more. Is the realistic explanation there. I'm also just gonna put my Joker card next to the door, I think, because there's no real reason for me to carry that around the entire time. There is the Fool card waiting for us as well. There we go. Fortunately, we do not have to carry a trinket with us to the fight, so we don't need to worry about that. We just have to worry about not accidentally using the Fool card when we are not intending to. Oh god, magnets. Don't like that. Let's get out of there. So it's a little rough around the edges this run so far, but it's getting somewhere. We're attacking multiple enemies at once. We're shooting flies. We got our friend here flying around. The fact that we don't have flight really sucks. I think flight would have made this run so much easier, and I think that's the case for every single run with this character, realistically speaking. Just because you have so much more room to dodge in rooms like this as well. Plus I don't have to worry about spikes. There's just a lot going on here, which would be simplified through flight. Come on. Get on the spikes. And perhaps do a death. That also works. Yeah, too late for boss rush, unfortunately, but that's fine. There is a rune there, which if it is AWAS, I really want to have that. Admittedly, if we become the lost, we could just take it. So I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Fly through the champion, because that one scares me the most. Get Isao to maybe just... Yep, sure. And have the ice friend take care of the rest. Or maybe Isao helped out a little bit there. It's hard to tell who did the most work. But it was almost certainly the ice friend, I would say. Red stew. Certainly not bad, but it's just not going to do that much. That's the thing. And I also kind of want to re-roll it. I mean, I'll definitely take it, but... Come on. Sure. Let's just take all of this. Maybe we'll find another active item. Actually, yeah, if we find sulfur, that would actually be really nice. Which is feasible. This is not going great. Turns out an extra challenger there is actually a little bit of a problem. Yeah, Red Stew is just going to take care of business here immediately, which is pretty damn great. Probably didn't need that key. Yeah. Excellent. I guess that's fine. Again, very happy about the fact that Isao doesn't die anymore, because we definitely would have become the lost at some point during this run. Let's enjoy that song for a little bit. Let's just quickly enter this place, and I definitely have my regrets. Touch, sure. Now I just need to not die as we go towards that rune. I'm hoping there's not like a spiky rock somewhere that I forgot about, but I really want to have that rune, I think. Because if that is shield algaes, I think. Degas, it's still not bad. Like, that's okay. If there is a curse on the next floor, I actually don't hate that. And if there isn't, then it's a soul heart. So either way, it's probably pretty okay. It kind of wastes our red stew a little bit, since we do end up spending some time wandering around, but that's fine. Yeah, nothing there. Also on the ascent, we're probably not going to see much of... What's his face? Also, this is a room of Isao, just because he's going to respawn every single floor, and these floors are just not that big, but it would require us to actually clear the rooms quick enough, I suppose. There he is. Ran right into him pretty much, but fortunately his flames only deal some damage. Then I ran into some spiky rocks, and it's just... How's it going with y'all? It's a big old mess around here, but hopefully we're gonna be okay. Genuinely a little tempted to give him hearts, but I probably shouldn't. Probably should just keep moving on while Red Stew is still active, because quite frankly, it is amazing. It is so much damage still. Even though it's been active for quite some time, it's still pretty damn great. Probably should be using a saw more at the same time though. But then sometimes I get scared. Don't mind the eyes. I am putting myself in danger. Yeah, I should probably just leave all of these things. I don't really need that many consumables. Still got Red Stew. We'll find the item room on the way back. Don't be mean. There he goes.
Just get over it.
That one first. But yeah, if we can just clear these rooms quick enough, then we're not going to be in trouble with Isao at all. Unless we just summon him ourselves, I suppose. Speed up, nice. Tommy's head's not going to do that much. Even though I have the school bag, and I could have, as such, gotten a second. Although I do still have that... wait, what run? Was that this run? Was there this run where I left pinking shares in the item room? It probably wasn't. We'll see, I suppose. I'll just check the item rooms again if I come across them, and if not, that's fine. Let's not worry about it too much. And instead just move along as quickly as we can. I don't recall if I left a cracked key behind or not. I guess I wouldn't hate that. Again, we'll see. All of these things, we're gonna find out together, and it's gonna be exciting. But I'm fairly sure that was that one run where I briefly did a death. World. Sure. There's an item in the item room here that I haven't picked up. There's a Sal again. So fairly sure that if I am the loss on this floor and then go on like up to the next one, it should be fine. I mean, absolutely not. Not even by accident. Those things never work in your favor. I do feel like those things are more likely to just be terrible. Tears down. I guess that was likely to happen after so many of them, but I'm still disappointed by it. But after so many unknown pills, we didn't get another Tears Up, unfortunately. There we go. Might be worth destroying skulls for cards and things like that, but hopefully we don't have to worry about that stuff. There we go. Just a couple of friends. Our Red Stew has run out, which is not great. It was a pretty significant part of my damage. There is another item in this item room. It was the pinking shares in this one. Very nice. That's actually really good, because that is going to be very useful during the beast fight. In particular, since you can just put that on the beast and then deal damage that way. So that's good. We have a reliable way to deal damage. We have a sun card, which is honestly not terrible if we can not be the lost. It might actually be worthwhile to actively dodge a Sao and just take that damage. One more. One more. That was poorly done, but it worked out. Get some extra health at least. I could probably bomb through some of these rooms, but at the same time, if there's choices to be made, then I'd rather just go through it at this stage. Like, health-wise, we're fine, but damage-wise, we are just not great. We are not in a great situation damage-wise, but it's fine. Pretty fly. Don't even dare. Don't even do that. And Curse of the Labyrinth, so... This is the last floor. I'm just gonna skip this room. Oh, that's actually annoying. With the right trigger, I'm changing both my active item and the sun card and solo thing. So I gotta be very careful with that. Because I don't want to use either of them by accident. So that's not great. but fine. These enemies are dying fairly quickly. There's a sow. Very cool. No fears, just hopes. If I die now, I'm gonna be very disappointed. But that's okay. Just not think of that. There we go. Is Sal doing the work on his own? He does charge a little bit further if you use the chains, so it can be worthwhile to just do this. And actually get him to hit the enemy that way. Not sure if I want to use the pinking shares on Dogma, thinking about it. I probably do not. Just because, oh jeez. Just because I really want to have them for the Horsemen, I think. I think that's just going to be too useful. And we're going to have a couple during the Horsemen, admittedly, but... it's scary times. Get out of there. Yep. Just so many floors on this, so many rooms on this XL floor, unfortunately, but it's fine. That's a golden bomb at the very end. Whew, okay. Just Dogma and the Beast. No fear at all. Cannot sleep in the bed because we're not just on soul hearts and we're not missing any health, so... I didn't pick up a cracked key if there was one. Definitely forgot to even look for it, if I'm being honest. But that's fine. I really hope this is gonna work out. Because I'm scared. And quite frankly, this run's taken long enough. I mean, it's only been 30 minutes, really. I guess it has been going fairly quick. There we go. Decent damage to the TV there. Come on. Even more decent damage to the TV. Asao is so strong. And if I take damage from Dogma, that's fine because we have, quite frankly, a ridiculous amount of health, but... ah, he's gonna do that attack immediately. Very cool. Oh god, he was there. I was not ready for that. Where? Okay, okay, he's getting frozen by something. One of my tiers, presumably. Which is not ideal. I guess this attack doesn't even matter that much, it's just that we're not doing that much during it, which is a little annoying. But at least Asao isn't actively going for us the entire time, so there's that. And our movement speed's not, like, great, but it's fine. It's certainly good enough to dodge this nonsense, so... not too bad. I think the freezing might actually be helping out a little bit as well. At least, keeps that charged. Yeah. Just gonna focus on not taking damage here, or becoming the loss. It's a tricky balance, to say the least, but I think we did it, yeah. 0% chance of a planetarium. Alright, so let's just use that immediately. And now we're just gonna have to be careful. We got ourselves that one in the horse, but I guess that one does move around a bit. He does have flight though, so that's nice. It's nice that the Thinking Share's body still has the wings from Dogma there. So that's good. If you could just not turn me into the loss, that would be lovely. I'm going to take a lot of damage during this fight, I'm fairly sure. But it's realistically the only way I'm going to be able to do this, I think. Which is not great. Because, unfortunately, there's a little bastard here that's really wanting to kill me. It's fine, though. There we go. We got the body inside him, so that's doing the damage we need it to do. This is charging pretty quickly, actually. And it seems that Asao is going just a million miles away as well, which is really nice. Because I guess this battleground is just huge, so it does take a while for him to actually reach the end of it. But that does make life significantly safer, since we can just keep pushing him in that direction. We can summon a second friend now, with little wings that can sit around in the enemy. Whoops. Didn't do that quite right, but fair enough. We still have plenty of health with Guppy's Paw there as well. So health-wise, I'm not worried. I'm just worried about suddenly becoming the Lost or just accidentally dying to my own hubris in some way, which is equally possible. Sun card. It's fine, everything's fine. It's another one down. We almost have a third charge on our friend there. We have many hits remaining that are not lost based. I do need to stop doing that though. But quite frankly, it's a little much at times. I'm gonna just use this once because I'm scared. Oh god. Do need to stop doing that, but I think the bodies are probably gonna do enough here. I'm hoping so at least. To just kill him during this? Yeah, very nice. Okay, now just the beast remains. Unidentified pill, maybe not. Could be a full health, doesn't have to be. I always struggle to get these bodies inside this boss, unfortunately, but Isao does have a tendency to just sort of get stuck in there, so I'm hoping that's going to be the case today as well. But I do have to be very careful about this. Once it stops moving, yeah. There we go. Good luck, Isao. Please stay in there forever. Nope. No! Ooh. Ooh, I nearly did that wrong. That would have been really bad. That would have been really bad. Really desperately tried to get those two inside the thing there. And it finally worked out, but it's tricky. I once did this with Gnawed Leaf, and you know what? It was a lot more fun. It was a lot less stressful. For sure. Can we just get these in there one more time? No. But I'm hoping that because of the constant movement, we can keep Isao just sort of in the right place for long periods of time. I don't know where he is now, but... oh, there he is. Struggling to really get him in the right angle there, because even with everything, it's just kind of tricky, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're just going to keep shooting from a distance here, and I think it should be okay, honestly. There we go. Another explosion from a distance. We're good, we're good, we're good. Just a little bit more, please. And then we're done. It would be good to get some progress on this character at least, because it's a tricky one, as you may have been able to ascertain here. But we did it. It is done. We have made a little bit of progress. We unlocked Isao Jr., which is wildly powerful at times. It can be a little bit unpredictable, but it is it's something. And we did it. So it was honestly a surprisingly quick run, all things considered. But that's just the character, because you have a very powerful damage dealer at your disposal. It's just that he hates you. But fortunately, we managed to do it, and I'm pretty happy about that. It also helps that at the end of the fight, he just sort of sticks around on the boss and not bother you so much, so that was good. But either way, that was that. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we'll be doing another run with a different character, and I hope to see y'all there. Bye-bye.